Okay, dear students, we were discussing the sources of data. In that, we are talking about the observation. There are several types of observations. That is natural observation, contrived observation, direct observation, indirect observation, structural, unstructural, human and mechanical, disguised and non-disguised observation. Later on, there are we have also discussed the methods of data collection under observation technique, that is audit and recording devices, and then direct observation. So we have completed a distributor audit and consumer audit, and we have also seen the what are the recording devices used in laboratory setup, that is eye camera, pupillometric camera, psychogalvanometer. So recording devices used in natural setup also we have seen, that is motion picture camera, audiometer, like that. So please go through the notes once in a while at least, otherwise you cannot know what is happening in the subject. You are just attending the classes and just keeping quiet, then it will be difficult for you. Now today's is direct observation. So instead of doing audit, recording, or the behaviors of the researcher you just sit directly in the retail shop and observe the behavior of the person. It helps in gathering information related to who actually buys the project, and so are they influenced by any accompanying person. So sometimes the respondent or the buyer will not come alone, not sometimes, many times. So they come along with their friends or relatives or with some circle. So is that circle or the person who is accompanying them, are they influencing them like anything? So that also you can observe. So are they searching for each and every brand, or simply directly they are coming and finishing it? Are they looking for price, or are they studying the information furnished on the label? What is that, sir? So these are all things you can observe in direct observation. So one is participant observation again. Researcher will become a part of the group to study the behavior of the group. So anthropologists live in tribals. Labor economists join the unions. Sociologists studying poverty live with low income people. So the researcher has to become part of the group, then you will understand. You might have seen some movies that the person will go to the some areas to study something. So if you know about tribal life, you have to go and live there for some time. If you want to know about the rural background of the people, their behavior, you have to go and live in a rural places for a while. So this is called participant observation. Here the researcher will also become the part of the respondent. Suppose you want to know the union's attitude, then you have to join the unions. Simply you cannot analyze it. You want to know the behavior of people who are living below poverty line, then go and live with them for a while. Next is experimentation. Experimentation involves manipulation of one or more independent variables by the researcher so that its or their impact on one or more dependent variable can be measured. So what is independent variable and what is dependent variable? Independent variable is one which can work out independently. Dependent is it is depending on something. So independent variable is a variable which affects the other variable. So you have to manipulate this. You have to change this frequently. Suppose if you are increasing 10% of independent variable, what is the impact? So dependent is it is dependent on something. Suppose sales are depending on price. If price is high, then it is difficult. And then treatment group, wait for a minute. Yeah. So these are the some basics that are used in experimentation. One is dependent variable, independent variable, control group. Control group, it is the portion of the sample in which independent variable is unchanged. So there is some sample is there, in that a part of sample will be there, that is called as control group. In that control group, you cannot change the independent variable. And treatment group, there is some section of people, it is also known as experimental group. You can conduct all experiment on them. So it is the portion which is exposed to manipulate independent variable. So in order to be confident that any changes is caused by independent variable only, the researcher control the effect of other variables by randomization or matching. Suppose, for example, say there are two sections in MBA first year, 120 students are there. So out of 120, I have selected some 50 students as my sample to conduct some research. So what I do is in these 50 students also, some I will divide into 5 parts or 2 parts, say 25, 25. So 125 I'll keep remain changed. On another 25 people, I keep on giving some different tasks and changing certain things. So that this is known as experimental group, and any changes are coming, I will measure from their side. Next, the experimentation is also provide primary data to us. So if you experiment something, it will also give primary data. So these are all the things. So experimentation includes classical experimentation design, statistical experimental designs. Classical experimentation design means after only design, before and after design, after only with the control group design, before and after control group design, Solomon 4 group 6 study experimental design. Then statistical experimental design includes randomized block design, Latin square design, and factorial experimental design. So first one, after only design. After only design means no before measurement will be taken. Measure the effect of experimental variable after induction. Suppose experimental group is there. You know what is experimental group? It is a section of the sample where we can change everything. So that is experimental group. So before we are not measuring anything. So we are introducing one new variable, that is experimental variable. Yes, we are introducing it. Now after that we are measuring what is the impact of that variable on this particular group. So that is known as X1. So after, as there is no prior measurement, it is difficult to find out the effect of experimental variable. This is the disadvantage here. So if you know the performance of the people before and you are introducing something and you are measuring it after introducing the variable, then it will be a easy one. If you do not have any prior measurements, then it will be difficult to assess. For example, you people are studying, so you do not have any remedial classes or like that. This remedial class will become an experimental variable. Earlier, we used to just take the classes and we used to assess your performance. But now we have introduced the remedial class system. So what is the impact of remedial classes? If you want to know, then you must have data before also. Before remedial classes, the student performance is 60%. After remedial classes, it is 80%. So then it is one. But here you are not measuring it before measurement. So it is a difficult one. That is after only design. Now before and after design. So experimental group will be there before measurement 10%. Introduction of experimental variable, yes. After measurement, yes. So 10%, 16%. So experimental variable minus uncontrolled variable x2 minus x1. So 16 minus 10, that is 6%. So it is free from history, maturation, and pre-test errors. Because these errors we will discuss in the another class. Because there may be any other variable also which are affecting the variable. This 6% you cannot say that it is only through the introduction of experimental variable. There might be certain factors which are influencing them. Next, before, after with control group design. So experimental design is there, control group is there. Before measurement x1, y1. Introduction of experimental variable. Yes, we are introducing experimental variable in experimental design. Whereas in control group, we don't introduce any variable because they are not exposed to manipulate. Now after measurement x2, y2. So effect of experimental variable is x2 minus x1 minus y2 minus y1. Control group is the group in which experimental variable will not be introduced because it will kept static. I said already. So only before measurements and after measurements are taken without introducing the experimental variable. So it is free from pre-test error. So this is one type of experimental design. Then after only with control group. So experimental design will be there, control group will be there. These are certain techniques that you must have some idea about it. That's it. So it will be a little bit what we say dry one, but you have to understand. So before measurement, no, you are introducing the EV, I mean experimental variable. Yes, control group we don't introduce any experimental variable. Now after measurement, yes, y2. So effect of EV means x2 minus y2, like that. Then Solomon 4 group and 6 study design will be there. So it consists of 2 treatment groups, 2 control groups. So totally 4 groups are there, and 2 pre-measurements and 4 post-measurements are there. So that is why 6 studies are will be there. So like this, yes. So groups are there, experimental group, control group. Before measurement, yes. Now you are introducing the experimental variable, yes. After measurement is also yes. So 4 groups, 6 study. That is why it is known as 4 group 6 study design. Then randomized black design, RBD. A company is trying to evaluate the effect of level of display on sales of their largest selling brand in different types of outlets. So what they wanted to study, they want to know the company want to evaluate the effect of level of display on sales. So they wanted to know. So our RBD, randomized black design, in this situation is as follows. Here, an extraneous variable or blocking variable has to be used. So one is at knee level, eye level, and then chest level. So 3 variables are there. So how we are displaying? Are you displaying the product at knee level or eye level or chest level? So 1, 2, 3. Store rank treatment group. So here only one extraneous variable is measured. So like this we will rank. So if it is at 1, 2, 3, so x1, x2, x3, knee level, eye level, and then chest level. Then second person 4, 5, 6. Third chest level, eye level, knee level, like that. So it will be keep on changing. Latin square design. It is used in the situation where there are 2 extraneous variables are introduced. Latin square design is a table with rows representing extraneous variables and columns representing block of the other. The level of independent variable are then assigned to the cells in the table, such as each level appears once. See here it is there. Time T1, T2, T3. These are all second extraneous variable and first extraneous variable. First one, second one. Drug store, general store, supermarket. So P is price. So supermarket price will be different. General store price will be different. And then drug store price will be different. So time and type of outlet are 2 extraneous variables. The responses may differ with the type of retail outlet and with the passage of time. Factorial design, FD. FD is used to study the interaction between 2 variables at different level. The Coke company wants to know the preferences of the consumer with respect to amount of fizz and sugar content in the fit. So they wanted to know. What they wanted to know, the Coke company want to know the preference of the customers with respect to amount of fizz and sugar in the content. how much sugar content should be there and how much fizz content should be there, that they wanted to know, and how customers are preferencing. So amount of fizz 30, 40, 50, 60, sugar content 10, 20, 30, 40. So what is the first rank given? So if 10% sugar and 50% fizz is preferring, therefore customer wants 10% sugar content and 50% fizz in the coke. So this is known as factorial design. So you are just how the various factors are interacting two variables, that we will come to know here. The other classification of experiments are natural experiments and contrived experiments, that is field experiments and lab experiments. Experiment are only two, one is field, another is lab. So natural experiment or field experiment means it involves handling one or more variables in such a way that the influence on other variable can be measured in the natural situation. For example, suppose we want to measure the impact of ad on the attitude of the customer. So your display, you want to know the impact of advertisement on the attitude of the customer. Because we come to know that our sales are decreasing due to ineffective advertisement. So it is the problem. So there is no proper advertisement strategy, proper promotional strategy is also not there. That is why sales are declining. That's your problem. So if we conduct the research in natural environment, then it is become natural experimental design. So how to do it? How to design it means select one city in which telecast the advertisement, then measure the attitude of the public towards the product. This is experimental group X1. Select another city in which do not telecast the advertisement, don't telecast it. Simply measure the present attitude of the public towards the product. This is control group. So in the experimental group, what you did, so you have introduced the variable, advertisement variable. Whereas in the control group, you have not introduced the advertisement variable. So X1 minus X2 will give the effect of advertisement on the attitude in the natural setting. So got it now? So experimental group means you will introduce that variable. In the control group, you don't introduce. So if the impact is more on city A, then you can say that your advertisement is working. If the impact is not working, then waste. You no need to introduce anything. So in the city 2 also same sales are there. In the city 1 also same sales are there. Then what is the use of introducing the experimental variable? So naturally you have to test it. Lab experiments. Some experiments can be called as lab experiments if we perform by calling 100 respondents to the office. Artificial situation. Rather than going naturally, you call everyone. So divide the 100 respondent into two groups of each 50 each. One group is experimental group, show the advertisement, measure the attitude. Another group is control group, do not show the attitude, do not show the advertisement and measure the attitude. So X1 minus X2 will become effect of advertisement and attitude in the artificial environment. So thus, by performing natural and lab experiments, primary data can be gathered or generated. So lab experiment means rather than going or selecting the cities, you call 50 people from one city, 50 people per another city. So for the first 50, you telecast the advertisement and measure their attitude. For another 50, do not telecast any advertisement, simply measure their attitude. So then you will come to know. Because you are doing in an artificial environment, in the lab environment, it is known as lab experiment. So experimental designs, natural experiments, lab experiments. So basic design, statistical design again. With only one variable is manipulated, more than one variable is manipulated. Basic design means only one variable is manipulated, more than one variable is manipulated. Lab experiments. Then there are certain errors that affect the experimental results. So these things we will see in the next classes. Okay. So any doubts, guys? Thank you.